Thank you, Chase, and thank you, everyone, for coming in here and joining me, learning about a subject, RIA and DAOs, and the DAO we actually created for originally for RIAs, for investment advisors, for financial advisors, and have extended that, and I'll talk a little bit about it. Real quickly, just so everyone understands, because I know in financial services, we have a whole lot of letters that we put together, and a lot of times we use the same letters over and over again. RIA stands for Registered Investment Advisor, in case you didn't know. And a registered investment advisor, in this case, is actually an entity in the United States. A person is an IAR, because we like to use the same letters over and over again, not to be confused with an IRA, which is an individual retirement account. So RIA is an entity. IAR is an actual person who's an advisor. Not fun stuff, but let's move on. So a little bit of history about Interaxis, my company, and PlannerDAO, which is the DAO that we started, the Decentralized Organization of Financial Advisors. So I am a CFP. I had an RIA for 10 years with my partner, Ron. Ron sent me down the proverbial crypto rabbit hole, and we started a YouTube channel where I was just explaining crypto to people. Here's how it works. Here's how digital assets, decentralized finance, wasn't shilling anything, just wanted to explain to people how it works from the perspective of a financial advisor. Sometime in 2020, I decided, you know what, this crypto thing that I really like and I really enjoy, this rabbit hole, is not going to take off until financial advisors understand it and people are able to go to their advisor for help, for advice, for help in investing, for help in safety and security. Let's go create a course and teach financial advisors. We launched that. Steve Larson, who's another financial advisor, has had an RIA for 20 years, joined us and said, we need to make this a certification and designation. I can help you with that. So we launched the Certified Digital Asset Advisor course, which is a 6-week course, cohort-based. We take financial advisors, professionals of all sorts, all the way from I know nothing about Bitcoin through DeFi, DAOs, NFTs, and most importantly, how to make it part of the practice, how to talk about it with their clients. That's the important thing, how to have conversations with clients. Steve had the bright idea in May of 2021, we should form a DAO. We weren't quite sure why, but we said, let's go create a DAO for financial advisors. We can be the first ones to do it. We'll figure it out along the way. We formed a DAO, and then we thought, you know what? We think a designation as important as digital asset advisor, a designation as important as helping financial advisor, helping people understand crypto, is something that should be international. It should be owned by an entity, not by Adam and Ron and Steve. Let's actually give the designation to the DAO. So PlannerDAO received Certified Digital Asset Advisor, now manages it. We have a working group within the DAO that manages this designation. And my company, Interaxis, is a partner that teaches a course, but we have other partners that can teach a course towards a CDAA, just like you see CFP, you know, the CFP board owns the CFP. They have education partners all over the country, all over the world that can teach towards a CFP. We are trying to operate the same way. We feel like it should be truly international. And then, you know, again, as we said, the DAO craze started last year. We had so many people come join our DAO, and all they really wanted was tokens that they thought were going to be popular, were going to grow in value, that they could trade on an exchange. And we kind of had to back off that and say, look, we're not going to be part of the DAO craze. We need to step through this very gingerly and lightly. And as you'll see when I go through this, we do that because we know the regulations. We could not run afoul of US regulations, especially. We didn't want any of our members to have any sort of liability, so we made sure to step through this gingerly. And quite honestly, when you have a bunch of financial advisors in a DAO, they're not exactly the most crypto native people in the world. So not exactly people that are going to participate in a Discord 24/7, 365. They don't quite understand why they're doing work for a token. So it's been really hard to step them through. Not only are you learning crypto, but then you're learning what a DAO is, how to participate in a community, how to try to grow that for the good of the community, for the good of the industry. So we're, again, I keep saying these words, stepping through, but we step through this very gingerly. So then, quick question that comes up. What actually is PlannerDAO? Of course, I walk around with it on my badge here, and everyone says, what is PlannerDAO? I haven't heard of that one. And the reason, again, is because of all those things I told you before. We haven't, launched a token on a whole bunch of exchanges. We didn't go raise money or anything. We are trying to step through it very slowly. So it is a decentralized organization of financial professionals. It started out as just financial advisors. We have brought on, of course, accountants. We've brought on attorneys. We've brought on bankers because we feel all these people that are interconnected in the finance world, basically anyone who helps someone else with their money, needs to understand digital assets. They have to not only understand Bitcoin and ETH and tokens that we hope go up in value and exchanges, they're going to have to understand wallets and custody. They're going to have to understand NFTs. They're going to have to understand DAOs because they're going to have clients that are participating. They're going to have clients that are going to own assets that are designated on-chain, that are designated in non-custodial wallets, and they're going to have to understand that. We do have a token, so we do tell people we do have a token called the Plan token. We have not provided liquidity on Uniswap or Sushi or anything for that. The main reason is because we feel like that will make it a security, and again, we don't want to run afoul of the regulators when we kind of know the rules. We now have over 1,200 members. Actually, I should have updated. I think it's over 1,500 members now worldwide. We are international. When I say international, we just approved, and I'll talk about the CDA in a moment, but we just approved an education partner in Europe who's in Austria. We are working with one in Dubai, in Turkey, in South America, and in Southeast Asia to teach CDA courses, and all those people will get to be PlannerDAO members. And again, the tough part is explaining to people how they get to participate in the growth of the organization. Financial professionals are used to being part of organizations like Financial Planning Association, CFP boards, CPA societies and such, where they don't really get to participate in the growth of the value of the organization. And trying to get that concept across that you're going to come do your work, we're going to pay you in Plan tokens, but then it's incumbent on you to help us help grow the value of the industry, grow the value of the organization. In such case, your Plan tokens will be worth more, and it'll be worth it for you to be a part of this. That's kind of a foreign concept to most people, honestly. We in this room kind of get that. Financial professionals, it's definitely hard dragging them along through this DAO, decentralized crypto world. So then we talk about the Certified Digital Asset Advisor. Why do we think it's necessary for advisors, for financial professionals to have this level of knowledge? Well, I mean, again, everyone in this room probably understands this, but we think it's really important to distinguish these fiduciaries, distinguish people who are in charge of helping others with their money as saying, I understand not only Bitcoin, I understand blockchains, I understand Ethereum, smart contracts, DeFi, custody, wallets, all of those things, so that not only can I help my clients, hopefully make more money, but most importantly, I want to keep their investments safe. So there was the group that was just up here talking about regulations, and there's so much talk about regulation. Well, we know that a lot of the knee-jerk regulation we see is because people are losing money. So imagine if there were more certified digital asset advisors and more people went to their advisor and were comfortable saying, listen, I'm investing, I have this token called Luna or UST, what do you think? And the advisor could go, whoa, 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 I don't know about that one. Let's talk about why you want to invest in crypto, and let's maybe find something that feels safe, or let's talk about the risks of that. And I think that would be really important to keep investors safe. And if we can keep investors safe, maybe we can lessen the knee-jerk regulation that we feel is kind of hurt the market. So keeping investors safe is a big piece. What I keep telling advisors that come to our course or ask us about courses or ask us about PlannerDAO and CDAA is, look, your clients are investing in crypto whether you like it or not, whether you know about it or not. And if you just have the conversation with them that say, look, I'm learning this, or I know this, or I'm talking about crypto, I'm talking about wallets, it's amazing how many people are going to open up their Coinbase account and show you, open up their MetaMask and show you. So I keep telling them, your clients are doing this with or without you. We have all sorts of evidence, the number of Coinbase accounts, Robinhood accounts, everything else that people are doing. It would be better for advisors, accountants, everyone to know about it so they could at least have the conversation. I have talked to several people who says we don't want regulated people in crypto, which we think is completely the opposite. Most people want to go about their financial life and do whatever they do for work, invest however they want to invest, and they're going to need help. They're just going to need help from a planner who helps them with their financial life. When this is part of their financial life, they're going to need help with safety, security, income, cash flow, all the same things that advisors help with. We need to talk about custody. We need to talk about regulation and compliance, which obviously changes from jurisdiction to jurisdiction, but blockchain is the same, smart contracts, wallets, custody, all those things remain the same wherever we are. And again, we work with, we try to allow in the DAO and for the CDAA, financial advisors, accountants, bankers, attorneys. We have several crypto companies that just say, look, we want people trained up as certified digital asset advisors. So the CDAA is the hub. It's a global destination. Here are all the countries where we're working on or already have people that are education partners that are teaching this to advisors or other financial professionals. We have the education working group where we get together and we talk about what are the standards that we need? What is the exam like? We've created a framework that says basically the CDAA is kind of a bachelor's degree, and then we're offering master's courses on top. So deep understanding of DeFi. We're working with another group of CFAs to do deep crypto analytics on top of the CDAA to make it kind of a master's program. And of course, we are heavily into crypto and DeFi already. We're not doing this just to make a buck or anything. So I call this our Web3 or our DeFi dog fooding. So what you see here is this was just recently launched where those that go through a CDAA course, whether they do it through my company Interaxis or through any company around the world, are actually in addition to taking an exam, they're going to have to connect their wallet and they're going to have to go through all of these and show us on chain that they know how to swap tokens on Uniswap. They know how to stake ETH. They know how to go to a layer 2, participate in DeFi, liquidity pool. That's a real fun one. Purchase an NFT, vote in our DAO, and send Bitcoin. They're going to have to prove to us that they can do all that before they can even take our exam. And then the next step, of course, in our Web3 dog fooding is this is the POAP that they get once they complete my course. They get a POAP, and they have to have that POAP in their wallet if they want to take the exam. Same thing with anyone else in Europe or that's teaching the course. They give their students the POAP so that we can prove that they took the course, which actually means that they don't have to send us their data. So Nicholas, who's teaching the course in Austria, doesn't have to send me a database of people, which is not safe, not secure, that are taking his course. All I have to know is if you have this POAP, you're allowed to sit for the exam, which honestly in DeFi is how it should be, right? So now we have this organization of financial professionals who have proven that they know about crypto. They're proving that they want to make this part of their practice. So now what do we do with all those people that are interested in crypto and finance? Well, we did things, other frameworks that we're building within the DAO. We don't want the DAO to be a big revenue generator, but we want the DAO to have value. So we went and got a grant from Nexus Mutual to create something called the Defy Toolkit, where we hired an attorney here in the US to tell us what is legal, what can financial advisors do in non-custodial wallets here in the US. So Nexus Mutual granted that, and we have something that is free to anybody. So if you go to PlannerDAO.com and join and ask us, we'll send you the DeFi Toolkit. As a matter of fact, if you email me, adam@interaxis.io, or find me on Telegram @Interaxis, I will send you the DeFi Toolkit so you will know from a securities lawyer what is available to advisors here. We have an index token, so we created something called the PDAO, an index token. There's no fee attached to it because that would not be legal in the US, but we created a framework along with Gonzaga University, and then we created an index token along with it, and we obviously update the tokens that are a part of it. So we're playing around with this stuff, kind of seeing where we can add value. Recently, our compliance group created an SMA due diligence framework. So SMA stands for separately managed accounts. There are SMA managers in the US that will manage portfolios of crypto for advisors or for clients. And we created a due diligence framework so that other advisors can do their due diligence on these SMA managers and use our framework that we created to make sure that the SMA manager they use is on the up and up, they know what they're doing. And we have a conference every year. So by the way, if anyone wants to be a part of it, sponsor a conference. We have a conference called Crossroads. It's going to be in St. Louis next year. It was in Kansas City this year, where it's just a hands-on learning about crypto for financial advisors who want to make it a part of their practice. We do demos, we break out our laptops, we go through demonstrations. We have people like Jim and I there actually walking advisors through how they're going to manage client assets. However, again, it's still a very top-down approach. Those of us at the top that know crypto and DeFi are kind of driving a lot of this. As I said, it's a lot of non-native crypto people. We decided to not make our plan token the voting token. We vote with our CDAA token, which, by the way, the certificate for the CDAA is an NFT through Unlock protocol, because of course it is, and that's what we use to vote. We have all these working groups. So again, we're trying to build this DAO in a way that is sustainable, that we only get one shot at this from a regulatory perspective, from a market perspective, and we're trying to do it the right way. We're trying to not get shut down. We're trying to not provide too much liability. And real quick before I get off, talk about the future of what we can build. We think we will have lending pools within the DAO for DAO members. We think we will have a front end for something like Liquidity. I spelled that wrong, I just noticed that, Liquidity. We think we will have our own insurance syndicate for financial advisors using Nexus Mutual, our friends there. We just submitted a proposal to Bankless DAO to have bankless advisors and have them sponsor some advisors. And that has just passed, by the way, I found out before I got on here, and working with Spool Finance to create a risk model. So I thank you all very much. Check us out at PlannerDAO.com, or my company is Interaxis, interaxis.io. Thank you very much.